Hi there, I'm meteorologist Corey Thompson. With this look at your first alert forecast, we do have temperatures falling into the mid to upper 60s overnight. There's a slight chance of some storms as we head toward especially the latter portion of your overnight hours and closer to the daybreak hours of Thursday. That's when we could see the activity for your morning commute and potentially a few as we head toward your evening commute too. In between, temperatures will warm into the 80s and dew points will be on the higher side into the low 70s. Pinpoint Futurecast shows a dry evening though for the rest of your Wednesday. It's later in the night when we start to see more storms moving out of the Dakotas and Nebraska into western Iowa. Now, as they move into eastern Iowa, they will likely be in a weakening phase, but still could be a heavier downpour as well as some frequent lightning as they move through. Now, during the latter portion of the morning, a little bit of a break before the potential for some redevelopment in the afternoon, but it will be scattered and will be dependent on the exact nature of the storms that occur overnight. So something to keep an eye on for your Thursday afternoon and evening. Friday is another time period to keep an eye on. A slight risk for severe weather is in place for the vast majority of the TV9 viewing area. Damaging winds, an isolated tornado, all a possibility as storms redevelop. We start off Friday with some potential storm activity taking place. It's as that moves through where some stronger storms are possible, but it's the afternoon and evening where the potential for severe weather will pick up. We'll heat up a little bit, and that will be the fuel for those storms to develop and potentially organize into smaller clusters or lines, and that's when you get that damaging wind threat. There's also going to be plenty of moisture around, and so as those storms roll through, especially if they move through the same place in a repeated fashion, we could see some pretty heavy rainfall out of this, and that would result in totals of 1 to 2 inches or maybe even a bit higher in some spots. Could be a little bit of isolated flash flooding depending on how that plays out. Just one of those things to watch for as we wrap up the work week. This weekend offers a slight chance for storms on Saturday, though that will be trending downward. And then we have a dry and probably pretty great day for weather on Sunday. Lots of sunshine, lower dew points, at least relative to where we have been, and temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Next week heats up again to kick it off, and more moisture moves in too, leads into some shower and storm chances Tuesday and Wednesday. But it's the end of next week when we could see some much more pleasant weather return, lows in the 50s and 60s and highs potentially only in the 70s. In the meantime, stay weather aware as we head through the end of the work week, especially on Friday. We'll keep you updated here on KCRG.com and the KCRG TV9 First Alert Weather app. Thanks for watching this update.